The key to any good business is that number one, you understand your business. So there's always three questions that people have that they ask when they were getting started with Motor Club of America, and I'm sure they're the same three questions that you had. Number one, is the company any good? So let's answer that question. The company has been in business since 1987. The parent company, TVC Marketing, actually owns Motor Club of America. Motor Club of America's roots do go back to 1926. That was when it originally started. However, as with any service that was started in 1926, it certainly needed some upgrades, and I'm happy to say that TVC has done those upgrades for you. The second question they have is the products or service any good? Motor Club of America is one of the many divisions of TVC Marketing, and Motor Club Services is all that they have done since 1987. So in the other divisions of their motor club companies, whether they're through fleets, organizations, or individual memberships, there are 7 million members that are already active and strong. So you have the solid foundation of a good company with a good reputation and the ability to provide service to the members, however they choose to have that service provided. The third question is, of course, can I make any money? And that you're going to discuss with them once they see that membership presentation and you build the value in there. So the most important thing that you can do for your customer and for yourself is to get very familiar with that presentation. And something that I know is that stories sell and facts tell. And nobody wants to be told, they want to be sold something that they're going to have some value in. So as you start through your presentation, instead of just reading them the information that's at the bottom, what would happen if you started off by saying, has this ever happened to you? When you have a flat and you're out in the middle of nowhere, who are you going to call? What would you do? The second page, the 24/7 roadside assistance. Do you ever take that motorcycle, an RV, or have you ever been in a vehicle other than your personal vehicle? Maybe you've seen those sitting on the side of the road, and let me tell you, whenever they need some assistance, they don't need a little tow truck, they need a big one. Wouldn't you agree? The travel assistance reimbursement. Have you ever had a minor fender bender? So always lead off with a question that puts them in the driver's seat. How about that family vacation? When was the last time that you had one? Wouldn't it be nice to have somebody else plan that for you? The guaranteed arrest bond certificate, if you're in a state that requires that. Now, if you're in New York or California, you're not going to have to worry about it. But a lot of the other states do require a bond to be posted if you have a ticket, even as simple as a speeding ticket. So whenever you talk about this, what that does, it guarantees that somebody's going to be in court for you on your court date. So have you ever had a speeding ticket? Was it a state that made you post a bond? And that's how you would ask that question. The arrest bond certificate is actually going to be at the time of the preliminary hearing. So if you were in an accident and somebody died as a result of that, when you went to your preliminary hearing, would you have somebody there that could post a $25,000 arrest bond certificate? Again, start with the question. And how about reimbursing your legal fees? Have you ever had someone actually help you to offset the cost of the attorney fees? That's what Motor Club of America will do. So again, go through that. Talk about the attorney services. Ask them if they would like to have it where they could have a free consultation on any legal matter, because I know all of us at times have wanted to ask questions. We just didn't want to have to pay the bill. And theft reward is something that we don't think about, but it sure would be nice to have that reward offered if something should happen. Credit card protection. Have you ever lost a credit card, or have you ever left one in a restaurant or someplace where you were shopping? What would happen if you lost your wallet? Where would you start? So again, ask some questions that get them thinking about what would happen to them. And how many of us go to the drugstore on a regular basis? And that's a good way to start that page with the prescription drugs and the vision and the dental savings, because most people make it to the drugstore usually once a month. And if you could save 25 to 60%, that would be a lot of change back in your pocket. So again, have you ever had something happen to your car that it had to go to the repair shop? That was not something you planned on, was it? So whether you need tires because you've had a flat, whether you need a new battery, all the things that happen, if you could get a discount on those, would that not save your family some additional money? Go through the accident coverage. What would happen to your family if you were in an accident and you had to be hospitalized for a period of time? Would you be able to offset the emergency room cost? What if you could get $500 cash back just because you had to go to the emergency room? Would it make a difference to your family if you could have that $150 a day reimbursement for every day you're there as a result of that accident? So again, as you go through the benefits and you're looking at what the membership includes, make it where you're asking a lot of questions to get them thinking about what would happen to them if this were to happen. More important than that, you're offsetting the cost of that membership because, for pennies a day, you can actually have over $150,000 worth of benefit to you. And that's something that's definitely peace of mind. Now, in addition to that, we know you're excited about the benefits, so let me ask you a question. Could you imagine that your friends and your relatives might want to know about this as well? So this is a good way to get them to join you in giving you names to work with or work with them to start building a business. And it's real funny because when you ask them, now that you can see the value of this membership, I'm sure you have friends or other people you can think of that could have used one of the portions of this plan, or maybe it would have really saved their families some heartache if they would have had this. And once they start giving you those names, again, you take them back and say, would it be okay if I contact them? And there is a business opportunity here. What if you were with me when I contacted them and then you were actually rewarded because you helped me get them on as not only a member, but a business partner for you? Never failed to ask the question at the end of the presentation, who do you know that would make me a good member just like you? Because I know you know somebody that could use these benefits or could have used something that we have here. And have you ever had an opportunity to join a business that doesn't cost you anything to get started? With your membership, you are entitled to all the benefits, and just by referring other members, you start earning cashback rewards, not only through your commissions, but also through the Matrix Rewards system. So again, just kind of emphasize the value. Make sure you're building value all the way through your presentation. Make sure you're building value all the way through the end. And what most people want to know is just that somebody's going to be there to help them. That's easy to do because you're going to be their business partner. And again, what better way to start your business than to have somebody in business with you? That's always a lot more fun than being there by yourself. So hopefully you will take some time, go over your presentation, study the pages, get familiar with what's on them. If you're not sure what it's saying, make sure you get out your contracts and read what the exact coverage is, because there are a lot of additional benefits that aren't mentioned as you're going through the slides. So again, take advantage of everything for yourself, your family, and encourage your friends to do the same thing. We hope that this helps and you have a great business opportunity that you're taking advantage of. Much success to you.